Another rough second half for this team, and I know you've kind of said it before, but is there an issue trying to close out these games?
I wouldn't say that. We just got to figure it out. We know we could do it. Like you said in the locker room, like the stretches that we had where we just competed on defense, and that's how we got our runs, and that's how we started to make shots. And then it's just on the defense end, we just got to compete, even if we're guarding somebody that we know that we're not usually guarding. Just got to get out there and compete and help each other out, and we just got to learn from it. Even though like we got to learn from it, we just got to sit down, dig down deep, and know like if we really want to accomplish our mission and move to the NCAA tournament, we got to close out games.
What happened offensively in the second half until those last 2 minutes where Lonnie, a couple guys were hitting shots? It seemed like you guys just could only really get the 3-point shot going. Everything else was an issue. What kind of happened there?
I'll just say we just live with the three. We didn't want to get any paint touches, and we just settled way too much.
Lonnie, you're a vet who's played in a lot of these games, and you're Mike, who's kind of alluding. Maybe did you say something after the game, or what was your thoughts, on what happened?
Well, I mean, if you look at our last two games, they scored over 80 points. There's nothing going on with our offense. It's all about our defense, and we got to come and play every possession, not the last five-minute stretch where we're playing hard. It's got to come, the intensity and energy's got to be on every possession if we want to be in contention to win the Mountain West. We can't just bring it here and there. We got to bring it every possession to be the team we want to be.
It's happened now in a couple of games where you kind of had these lulls in the second half. Certainly, I know a lot of people notice it. Do you guys notice it? And is it a problem, or is it something that you still think can be fixed?
Well, it definitely can be fixed. It's just we can't be like let our energy be based on our offense. It's all got to be about our defense. So if we're missing a couple shots, if we're still playing defense, then we're still going to be keeping our leads and being able to keep leads. So I think it's just strictly just getting back to the drawing board on defense and bring our intensity. That's the bottom line. Us as players have got to come ready to go on every possession. We can't take breaks on defense.
What type of breaks are you talking about? Is it transition stuff? Is it staying with the guy in the half court? Where do you see the effort lack off on the defensive side?
I don't know if it's effort. It's just being there, being sharp mentally. So not making any scouting report mistakes. Knowing what your player is going to do. Being in the gap. Just having that trust. If you make a mistake or someone's going to pick you up, I think we got to pick up our aggressiveness on the defensive end. And if we do that, we're going to be fine.
Mikey, in the second half, defensively, New Mexico, there were a couple times where they missed a couple shots in a row, but other than that, they were making just about everything. When it wasn't going well defensively, what were they doing that was difficult, or what weren't you doing?
Like he said, just all our defense. Like our offense will come in, we got to buckle down and be committed and trusting what we could do and trusting what our teammates can help us with. And like he said, just all comes down to defense. Like we're a great offensive team, and every team in the league in the country knows that. But us being down in the late game situation, trying to fight back, we just got to come out straight as soon as the second half starts and keep that intensity going and keep playing defense, because defense wins championship.
What have these last couple teams done to you guys on their offensive side, your defensive side, that have given you guys so much trouble? Obviously tonight, Brown and Neal were hitting big shots, but like you said, so the last couple games where it's gotten like this, what are they doing to you guys that is causing you guys' problems?
It's not anything about the other team. It's all coming from us. We gotta be better individually on the defensive end. It's not about what other teams bring or the scout. It all comes down to just each individual being locked into that possession. That possession means the world to them. That we're going to get a stop on this possession. If we start doing that and locking in like that, then we're going to be tough to beat. But we just got to switch our mentality as a team. I think we can. We got guys, that really want to win. We just got to get, like I said, more aggressive on defense.
Lonnie, you make the focus of got to play better defensively, but when your offense does go stretches like they did without scoring, how much more pressure does that put on the defense to match New Mexico's defense?
Yeah, it's part of the game. I think there's going to be runs. There's going to be times where you're not scoring, things aren't going well. But if you, like I said, if you consistently stay ready on defense, then it's gonna turn. The run's gonna come for you. So it definitely puts a little bit more pressure on the offensive end. But ultimately, that's part of the game.
Mikey, you've been around this program a long time. You've known a lot of the guys on this team for a while. Is this the type of team that you think can accept a challenge from a guy like Lonnie or a guy like you and say we need to pick up the intensity on defense? Is this group of guys a group that's going to accept that challenge and step up?
Yeah, I believe everybody wants to compete for a championship, and everybody wants to play, and everybody wants to basically see everybody happy. And I feel like if we keep harping what we need to do on the defensive end, then everybody will come together, and we just got to keep harping on it, holding guys accountable for their mistakes, even hold myself and himself accountable for our mistakes, because we're seniors and we got to lead. And if we lead the right way, everybody else will follow. And once we get that group together, then the sky's the limit.
Lonnie, the three you hit in the corner, ref said your foot was out. I know as a shooter, you probably think you're fairly cognizant of where you are on the floor. Did you think it was close? I mean, what was going through your head when you heard a whistle? Did you think it was, maybe my foot was out of bounds, or did you think the whistle was something else? Seemed like a pretty big play.
Yeah, I gotta look at the film. I can't tell you. I mean, if you saw my foot line, I guess I was out. But usually in the corners, I usually don't put my foot out of bounds. I'm usually aware of where I'm at. So yeah, it was just a tough call. That was a big play because we were going on a run. But you just gotta live with it, I guess.
Lonnie, for you personally on offense, you're in double figures in 2 of your last 3 games. You feel like you're starting to find your groove?
Well, yeah, I think the coaches are just putting me in positions to be successful. Giving me minutes on the floor, which stretches allow me to get my rhythm. And guys like Mikey and Drimmick and Duncan, they're all starting to look for me more. And create looks for me. So I'm just trying to stay aggressive and when my numbers call, be ready to shoot and just play basketball.
Mikey, what was the locker room like after the game? Were they down? Were they quiet? Was it fired up? What was it like?
A lot of guys were quiet because we just lost, and I know everybody on this team don't like losing, and it was quiet. And then you see everybody's facial expressions like, man. But me as a senior, like we can't harp on this. We just gotta let it go. Like you can think about it a little bit, but you gotta think about what we need to do to get better, and it starts tomorrow.
Is there a lot of raw guys in your locker room? Are there guys who will stand up and address the team, or is this a quiet, silent type of team who knows what they need to do, or a little bit of both?
We have some guys that just hold each other accountable, but this team is pretty much quiet. And myself in particular, like I'm a quiet person, but if I see something now, like I have to address it. And same with him, if he sees something he doesn't like, he has to address it. And he wants somebody to tell him the same exact thing. So we just gotta, I would say, I gotta step it up a little more and stop being quiet and hold guys accountable for what they need to do to get better.
I would just add too that the coaches are putting us in position. I mean, the scout reports, we got to start following the scout report. I mean, even on the offensive end, they're drawing up all the right things, and it just comes down to us. And like you said, we got to step up as seniors to start holding guys accountable. For every possession and staying locked in. Because like I said, the coaches, they prepared us well, and we're just not executing.